Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. I have some important message to give you. Please be patient with me as there are some verses that I need to recite to you. It's very important. First of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, Kuntum khayra ummatin ukhrijat lil nas. This verse shows the position of the Muslims in this world. You are the best people produced for mankind. This is your condition, that you are vitally important for the health of this community as we have in the world. Number two is that our Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is the only source of power and authority. This is very important. And I will read for you some verses of the Quran. وَلَا تَدْعُ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ مَا لَا يَنْفَعُكَ وَلَا يَضُرُّكَ فَإِنْ فَعَلْتَ فَإِنَّكَ إِذًا مِنَ الظَّالِمِينَ. Do not call beside Allah anything that will not profit you and will not harm you. If you do so, you are of the ones who are of the unjust. وَإِنْ يَمْسَسْكُ اللَّهُ بِضُرٍّ فَلَا كَاشِفَ لَهُ إِلَّا هُوَ. And if something harmful touches you, no one can pick it up from you, no one can erase it from you, no one can take it away from you except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. An opposite of it is وَإِنْ يُرِدْكَ بِخَيْرٍ فَلَا رَادَ لِفَضْلِهِ. And He decides to give you something, no one can take it away. No one can stop that. These are so important, that He is our Creator and He's the only source of authority and power. Another wonderful, beautiful verse that indicates the same thing. يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسُ ضُرِبَ مَثَلٌ فَاسْتَمِعُوا لَهُ إِنَّ الَّذِينَ تَدْعُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ لَنْ يَخْلُقُوا ذُبَابًا وَلَوِ اجْتَمَعُوا لَهُ فَإِنْ يُسْلِبْهُمُ الذُّبَابُ شَيْئًا لَا ينفذه منه ضعف الطالب والمطلوب. O humankind, O mankind, let me give you an example, a misal. So listen to it. Those whom you call beside Allah as powerful, they cannot create a fly. And if a fly, even if they get together, all their get together, and if that fly takes away from them anything, they cannot take it back. ضعف الطالب والمطلوب. Surely weak are those whom you call beside Allah, and those that they call also weak. The power and authority only belongs to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With the recent events that are happening in Mecca, in Saudi Arabia, by this corrupt prince, it is a dangerous era that we need to wake up. He does not have the authority nor qualification to run the Islamic center as Mecca and Kaaba for the Muslim world. This is very, very important that we do something about it. And I would like to read some more verses that are very, very important. First of all, every word that it says amanu, it comes with the amal. Amal is salih. Any word that in the Quran mentions about having faith, it comes with the action. Faith without action is dead. قُلْ اعْمَلُوا فَسَيَرَ اللَّهُ عَمَلَكُمْ. Allah commands us, act. So Allah sees your action. What's the condition? What's the direction of amalu? Action. وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى. Allah guides us again. How do we act? Help one another in piety and bir, being clean. اعملوا وتعاونوا على البر والتقوى. Help one another with goodness and piety, fear of Allah, care of Allah, taking care of Allah. وما تقدموا لأنفسكم من خير تجدوه عند الله. Whatever you do good and you sin ahead of you, you will see it with Allah. إن الله بما تعملون بصيرا. Allah knows what you do and He sees. Another verse that Allah commands us, إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَأْمُرُ بِالْعَدْلِ وَالْإِحْسَانِ. Allah commands that you do justice and doing good. وَإِيتَاءِ ذِي الْقُرْبَى, and give it to the near one. وَيَنْهَى عَنِ الْفَحْشَاءِ وَالْمُنكَرِ, and prevent each other and yourself first, and prevent each other from indecency and evil. These are so important. Again, in another verse, الَّذِينَ خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. He has created death and life. Who can test you who is the best in action. My brothers and sisters, what is happening these days around the world, it gives us, especially when Allah says that you are the best ummah created for mankind, you are the best people created for mankind, then we have certain duty that we have to do. We have to act. We have to combine actions. We have to do things for the sake of Allah that prevents this indecency that is going on, and help one another. For that, I suggest two things. We need a coalition, to create a coalition, just like United Nations. United Nations, if it was true in its way, we wouldn't have these wars and killing all over the world. We need to create some sort of United Nation with Muslims involved in it, that can contribute in the health and the benefit of the Muslim world. Number two, Mecca is not the property of Saudi Arabia. Mecca is the property of Muslim Ummah. This is what it says in the Quran, that it belongs to the Muslim Ummah. Now this corrupt prince of Saudi Arabia is creating there, bringing indecent dances. So we need to create this coalition, and we need to inform him that the Mecca belongs to them, and the money that comes from the from the pilgrims must be spent on the welfare of the Muslim Ummah. These are very important that we ponder over these. It is important that we become a practical Muslims as Allah commands us, that you are the best ummah that Allah have brought for the mankind. Please pray for me and all the Muslim world that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us to understand the truth and help one another to implement goodness and prosperity for all people. Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum.